relationship? Are we really loving one another? That's the question today. This chapter, from this passage, especially from this verse we are reading. It is better to say that Leviticus 19:18 gives expression to a controlling and essential principle of God's ethical imperative for human conduct. We could see in Paul's letter to Galatians chapter 5, verse 14 says, "For the whole law is summed up in a single commandment: you shall love your neighbor as yourself," and serves as a framework for understanding its parts. This law summarized in love is right, that's the course, because it is the law of the kingdom, that's the way of God. It came from God, so let us think about it. We received the law from God. We are here because of God. We are going to do the ministry for God. So, in this context, how we are reflecting the love. So, think about it with a heart of compassion, heart of humility. God is the offspring of love. Let our love also driven by God. Our love today in this world, as I have said, that it's been hypocrites. We are being hypocrites. But if it's led by God, how it will be? Think about, imagine that is so important for our ministries. Here James possibly is being somewhat sarcastic when he says, if indeed you fulfill royal law in accordance with the command, love your neighbor as yourself, you are doing well. Because although the readers may assert that they are trying to love neighbor as Jesus commanded, showing favoritism completely contradicts that declaration. Completely contradicts that declaration. Jesus said, love your neighbors as yourself. Jesus said, love your neighbors as I have loved you. Completely contradicts. Historicity of Jesus, we could see that Jesus lived. He loved people. He embraced people. Whatever they might be, he embraced, he loved them. Without looking at their appearance, without looking at their status or position or anything. So what about us today? As a ministers of God, we should think about this. And also this passage says the selective love of neighbor is not love at all. Favoritism, the selective love of neighbor is not love at all. It is cover for that attempt to gain advantage or benefit. So let us think, not violate what God has given to us. It is from God. It is from God. For God, we should live in God. The verse which you says in there, love one another. Love your neighbor. Your neighbor whom you don't know. They might also be your neighbor. The co-citizen, the fellow citizen is your neighbor. Love them truly from your heart. Don't have grudges. Don't have favoritism. Don't hold anything. If you are hurted by someone, don't return or don't respond to that same person with what he did. Love how you love yourself. Therefore, let us have the rapport with God's law to fix the fractured relationship. We might have a fractured relationship between friends or family or any kind of relationship. If it is fractured, let us have a relationship through God's love. Let us take heed of God's love in Jesus through his relationship with others. We could see it in John's Gospel, John 13:34. We could see, I give you a new commandment. It's a command for practical and moral and exemplary. That he says that you love one another just as I have loved you. Just I have loved you. You also should love one another. So in many areas we might be missing this. In many areas we are dropping to follow what Jesus have emphasized, what James have emphasized. So let us think about it. I believe this meditation will help us to reflect and being a reflective being of love to one another. God bless you. Thank you.